Let's go, Bears game day. I'll tell you what, the soothing music of the intro is just what gets me going in the morning.
I wish I could have that on just a loop.
That was
It's
delightful.
It's
for
just
my
it's just the
alarm.
best.
That'd be a good alarm in the morning, don't you think? Like,
I think
you'd
so,
wake up
too.
feeling like Michael Jordan. Like, let's fucking go. I'm ready to get this day started.
Oh, it's great. It's beautiful. All right, we're gonna let some people file in here. So as we get going, Blake is out. I'm telling this to only 3 people right now, but Blake is out, not feeling too well. So our social media guy, our Swiss Army knife, Sam Stevenson, is here. So I almost said Sam Stevens because your Twitter account.
Shout
Sam
out SJ
Stevens
Steve.
is here. Yeah, he
09.
kills it on those Manscaped promos that you guys see. So yeah, good job, Sam. How's
Thank
everybody doing?
Doing great.
Are we ready for a big Bears game today?
Yes,
Absolutely.
dude. This is a big Bears game for me
Big Bears
personally.
game.
As someone who lives in Tennessee, it's a big day. I don't think the Bears are losing today. I'm gonna go. I might spoil my pick a little bit, but I think they're gonna have trouble with Derrick Henry. But I think Tannehill's getting exposed today. I think that's what's gonna happen.
Is that what you think?
That's what I think.
Has Tannehill already been exposed, or not yet? You don't think?
I don't think so. I mean,
he's been having a tough couple weeks for sure.
yeah, it's amazing what he's been able to come back and do at this part of his career. But if you can take away Derrick Henry, I don't know though. Tannehill has some good passing moments. I don't know, man.
I do feel the same way. I do feel the same way for real. But Sam, how are you doing? What jersey you rocking today, dog?
I got the orange Khalil Mack on.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah,
okay.
I got the jersey freshman year at college off of some random website for like $20, and I thought it was not legit, and it came in like a month later. I was like, all right, never using that link again. But
you bought from DHgate, didn't you?
I don't think it was DHgate because when you told me about DHgate, I never heard of it. I don't know what link it was. It was an Instagram ad, and I thought it was pretty not legit. And then it came in like a month later while I was in school, and I was like, all right, well, free jersey at least. Basically, it was $20. But yeah, I got the orange on this week.
All right.
Hey, that's a good color for going against the Titans because I feel like were we wearing the orange jerseys last time for the Peanut Tillman game?
I don't think so. I think they were the blue ones.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think we wear the orange ones for away games, do we?
I don't think so.
I don't know how those rules work, the alternates and stuff, but yeah, I don't think so either.
Moral of the story is Bears defense is going to show up today because Sam is wearing the orange jersey.
Hell yeah, baby.
That's all it is.
Oh, before we get started, I got some Einstock toasted porter this morning, starting a little early.
Holy shit, you're starting with a porter?
Yeah, dude, this is one of my favorite beers of all time. I'm actually starting with coffee that has whiskey in it, but
holy god damn, bless your soul.
I'm
a little hungover from this Notre Dame dub, and y'all, I'm hot on the parlays. You're gonna ride this daily parlay today. I am hot, and we're gonna go over that later today. But
hey, we have 2 good parlays today.
We do. We got the big balls too. But rundown of the show real quick. You guys know how it goes. We're gonna preview the Bears game, go through the injury report, talk about some things that have been happening, how the Bears can win the game, talk about our keys to the game. Then we're gonna talk about our meatball takes, over unders. We're gonna go through our predictions. Of course, we have our Manscaped. Giveaway. So if you guys haven't done that, on our Twitter account at LSL_pod, we're doing a giveaway. Go ahead, retweet and enter. There's only a little bit left. Ryan, you got everyone documented. You ready to run that giveaway?
Yes, sir. I have all the names right here. Are we doing that right now?
No. At the end of the show, it's the you just do it on the randomizer app, and then
we got 20 people entered right now.
All right, not bad. 20 people for the Manscaped giveaway. All right, I think we're about ready here to get started. I think we're ready to get rolling this show, and let's get it rolling. So right into it, Bears Titans injury report, guys. We hear early this morning that Lachavious Simmons has been added to the O-line, has been added to the COVID injury report. So that leaves some crazy, insane depth on the Bears O-line. How are we feeling about this O-line overall, Ryan? I'll start with you heading into today's game.
Scared. I mean, that's the easiest way to put it. But I mean, we added is Brian Cush or whatever.
He's not able to join the team until next week.
Dude, that would have been
the Bears
are been big.
The Bears are down to
I think Clowney's
Aaron
out
Neary.
today, is he not?
Yes, he is. Aaron Neary, Dieter Eastland, and Badara Traore as the backup O-linemen today.
All undrafted rookies. Actually, except Neary. I know Eastland and Traore, which Jesus Christ, those names are hard to say. But I know they're rookies this year. But Neary has played one NFL game in 2017.
Hey, but it's Arlington Hambright season, boys.
Hell
Let's brighten up the pod here. It is Arlington Hambright season, and literally, I haven't been more excited for anything this season.
Really, really upset that Blake can't be here for Arlington Hambright season, but we're gonna.
I know he's got that jersey on.
He's got the damn jersey on today. You guys know that he does. It is Arlington Hambright season, and I could not be more excited. Sam, how are we feeling about Arlington Hambright? Kevin Fishbane talked about him on the show. Just like a crazy story, getting really no offers. Then out of community college, goes to Colorado and becomes a 7th round pick. I think he said Juan Castillo was the one who eyed him up and wanted to bring him on.
I mean, he's a monster, legitimately. He's gigantic. And when I was doing some articles and stuff from some mock drafts and then obviously like reactions to things, I didn't really know who the guy was, but I looked into it a little bit, and it's really hard to find draft profiles for some of these smaller school guys. But I mean, he's got some versatility. He's played some positions. Pretty much butchered both those names off. But I mean, I love it. I mean, what more than a better story than a 7th round pick? This whole history behind him. He has to step up in a pretty critical game for the Bears playoff run. Like, I'm cheering for the guy. How can you not cheer for the guy? I mean, imagine finding a gem in the 7th round who could potentially be a long-term solution, not necessarily a starter for the team, but maybe as a backup guy that the Bears can use in the long haul. I mean, at the end of the day, you drafted the guy for a reason. So now it's time to see what the reason is.
Yeah.
I'm hoping for long-term. I'm hoping Arlington Hambright comes out here and shows out, does his best Charles Leno Jr. impression as far as getting a contract from being a 7th round pick. But dude, imagine how beautiful life would be if every week we had Arlington Hambright on our starting lineup. Like, that's just, how do you lose?
This podcast would be great. Yeah, he's going to be the best O-lineman of all time. We know that. But all right, Ryan, I want to go to you real quick because, I've been kind of tweeting about it, kind of talking about it on the pod too, but like, I kind of get this weird feeling that the Bears offensive line is going to have one of their best games, Duck. But I mean, as bad as this offensive line has, I can't even speak today. As bad as this O-line has been today or this year, I really think that with all these new faces that are coming in, the Bears you could see, I don't want to say it a sane game, but like a decent game from this O-line, at least for giving Nick Foles some time. And I mean, we'll see how it works. It's going to be quite the lineup in this O-line.
We're against a bad defense too.
Yeah.
So that's nice. The thing is, though, how can you get worse than what the Bears offensive line was showing us?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm scared to ask that because I legitimately think that the Bears can always go worse. I don't know what it is about the Bears, but they have proven in the past that they can always go farther down. But I just don't think, like, how really do you get worse than what it has been? Nick Foles has no time. I mean, he's a statue. He needs a little bit of time in a semi-clean pocket to make a throw. So, I mean, I'm scared of today just because, like, I'm conditioned to be scared right now of our offensive line. But I think if we can come out and have some energy, then I think we have a good chance for this game. Because I think that's been the main problem with the Bears the last few weeks is they come out and – they just look like they're asleep. They look like they woke up on the wrong side of the bed, kind of like that Raiders game last year. Y'all remember that over in Europe? They just didn't come to play until the 4th quarter. And so I'm hoping the Bears can come out and be energetic to start this game. And if they do that, I really think that we have a good chance to win. Yeah,
I mean, I absolutely agree. I think, again, it's a good thing that this is happening against a not very great defense. The Bears are going to be able to take advantage here. I think Nick Foles is going to be able to have a big game. But guys, let's talk about
that's what you be thinking.
Hey, he's due for 300 eventually, man. All right, let's go to the defensive side of the football. Tennessee has weapons. Now, Ryan Tannehill has been playing well. He has continued to play well into the season. Sam, how do you see this Bears team stopping the offensive weapons outside of Derrick Henry? So how do you see maybe A.J. Brown, Jonnu Smith, and company being stopped by the Bears secondary? And I mean, how do you see this really playing out?
I mean, look, I'm not here to disrespect any players, but are we really that concerned about some of these guys? I mean, look, I've seen rookie Jalen Johnson match up against some of the best receivers in the league all season. We know we have a good secondary. The Bears struggle a little bit to have against tight ends, but outside of Derrick Henry, these weapons don't concern me that much, and I think we're going to get some good matchups. Like, I don't think A.J. Brown is going to beat a Kyle Fuller any time in this game. I think Jonnu Smith is hardly getting any targets at all this season. That's just because the Titans' offense is oriented towards the run. I mean, the big name to stop is Derrick Henry. We all know this. And Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying A.J. Brown, and I know Corey Davis is a pretty decent receiver. He's having a much better year this year, and I'm not saying these weapons are bad, but they're nothing that scares me. I think the Bears have faced better receivers all year, and I think if you can stop the run at all this game and force Tannehill to throw, I like our secondary versus their weapons, 100%.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I think you're preaching over here, Sam. Also, I have a theory that if we make sure that Kyle Fuller and Khalil Mack are always on opposite sides of the field, I think we'll have the best chance to stop the run, because Kyle Fuller has been great at tackling this season in moments when you need it. I know Derrick Henry's hard to tackle, and if you can have Khalil Mack on the other side, Khalil Mack is one of the best edge defenders at stopping the run in the game. So if you can keep them on opposite sides of the field, stretch it out, I mean, Derrick Henry's going to run on us. There's no stopping that. I mean, that's like, I don't even know of a good analogy to describe trying to stop Derrick Henry, but if we can keep him under like 100 yards and get tough in the red zone, then I don't know. I'm not really afraid of their weapons either, except for I think Jonnu Smith, if he's playing today.
Yeah, he'll be a big one. But then you also have Roquan Smith, who's the best cover linebacker in the league right now, playing all pro level.
I'm afraid that Chuck is gonna get cute, and he's not gonna put him in coverage on who he needs to be, and he's gonna have Danny Trevathan on there, and then the player too that Danny Trevathan's covering, Jonnu Smith or somebody out of the backfield, that they're gonna burn us.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, I think in those kind of situations they might bring in a nickel package and put someone like, I don't even know.
Buster playing?
Yeah, Buster's playing.
Okay.
But
our injury report was huge this week. I don't know if we talked about that.
Now, a lot of the guys are playing. It's a lot of the offensive linemen who are having those COVID issues right now. But yeah, okay. Ultimately, here's the issue, guys, and we'll talk about it now. It's stopping Derrick Henry. I mean, how do you stop one of the best running backs? He's going to be if he keeps this up, one of the best running backs of all time. So how do you stop someone like this? Not only for the first part of the game, you have to stop him for all 4 quarters, and that's the thing. Is like, that's how the Titans get you. They wear you down, and Vrabel will not go away from the run. He will run Derrick Henry all the way into the 4th quarter. So how do you, no matter what the score of the game is? So Sam, starting with you, how do you stop someone like this? You know, and this is one of the best defenses in the league in the 4th quarter in the Bears. How do you keep enough energy to beat Derrick Henry and the Titans?
Well, I think for starters, it's kind of that whole bend, don't break mentality. We know how good the Bears are in the red zone, and I think as long as you hold Henry to non-explosive plays, like if Henry gets a 7-yard run and then he gets a 3-yard run and stuff, like I know you say like they wear teams down, that's okay. Like as long as it's not, I mean, we saw last week against the Saints when Kamara got into the backfield for those big runs that gashed us, our defense looked completely defeated. I think if you can stop him from getting big yards on some of these runs, I think eventually you're going to be able to wear down their offense just a little bit, and eventually they're going to get in the backfield. I think part of it comes to the offense as well. I think keeping the ball out of their hands is going to be huge, and I think this is going to be a big test for the offense, and I think Nagy is going to have to kind of simplify some things down, not because he wants to, but I just think I don't trust this offensive line to try to get cute like Nagy does. I know, Ryan, you brought it up with Pagano being cute. I think it comes to Nagy as well. He has to look at the situation he has on offense. He's down a couple of receivers. I assume Riley Ridley's going to be playing this week. He's down a plethora of offensive line. Yeah, good point you said. Seriously, miss Eddie Goldman. But I think Matt Nagy has to simplify the offense today. And it's going to look like, I think it's going to look like a week 1, week 2 offense when we had Mitchin. Like, I don't think they're going to try to do as much as they've been trying to do. And I think let Foles throw the ball out, control the tempo of the game. If we control the tempo of the game on offense, the Titans aren't going to have an opportunity to control the clock. If they are able to control the clock and wear us down, we're going to lose this game.
Yeah, I think that's well said. I mean, it's perfect. It's winning the possession game here. This is how the Bears are going to win. It's winning the time of possession today.
Yes.
And it's something that they don't usually do, but they're going to have an opportunity today to do it.
Hey, and they're against the clock wizard, Mike Vrabel.
That's true.
I think that's one of our bigger threats on the day is Mike Vrabel.
100%. And we can get right into that. Now you have Nagy and Vrabel. Nagy obviously has been out-coached the last how many games? So how do you see this going with Vrabel?
How many games does he have on his record?
For what?
How many games does Nagy have on his record? I was going to give him an out-coached by.
Oh, we should start that. How many? Who has out-coached Matt Nagy? Yeah, even in wins. But
basically count the last 2 years.
Vrabel is one of the smartest coaches in the game offensively. It's funny. I think Rob Schmitz, one of our favorite reoccurring guests, brought this up earlier this week. But basically, you have a coach who is a fantastic offensive coach but has a terrible defense. Then you have a coach who has a really good defense, but then his offense sucks. So you're having kind of like two of them go at, and one of them's got to give. So it's going to be interesting. But obviously, whenever there's a smarter coach on the other side like Vrabel, you're worried. But this game, like I said, is going to come down to running the clock, situational awareness, which Matt Nagy needs to improve on since the beginning of the year and continuing. He's been terrible at it, so he needs to keep getting better every day. I mean, every day he needs to go back, look at the tape, and get better at his situational awareness, improve his clock management, and then run this Titans defense that isn't that good into the ground. And that's how you're going to win this game, keeping the ball away from the offense. That's it. No matter who your defense is, Derrick Henry is always going to be able to run on you. So keeping it away, keep the defense rested. That's how you're going to win this game. Mm-hmm. Ryan, talked to Darnell Mooney earlier this week, playing some games with him. He talked a little bit of shit. Titans DBs are soft. They play a lot of man. They play both man and zone. But, he says they keep everything in front of them, which to me, I was talking to him, I really like a stop and go route coming where you're going to get a couple maybe out routes, couple in routes. And then I think you're going to see Darnell Mooney on a double move, break one to the crib. So if Nick Foles can fit him. So do you see Nick Foles eclipsing 300 yards today for the first time this season?
Me? Do I see that?
Yes.
No. I don't.
We'll go into over-unders later. I have an over-under for Nick Foles, but you don't see over. Why don't you see over 300?
I don't believe in Nick Foles. I mean, I'm sorry if that makes me a bad person or a bad Bears fan, but I just don't believe in him. I don't believe in any Bears quarterback. I mean, I think that's the smart way to do it if we're going to be a fan, because once we start, I've talked about this. I feel like I've preached it. Once you start believing too much in the Bears, you get burned. So I'm trying to have like that cautious optimism, like kind of thing. If there's one position to not trust on the Bears, even over the O-line, it's the quarterback. So no, I don't think he's going to have 300 yards, but does that mean that I think he's going to have a bad day? No, I think he's going to have a good day. I just don't think that he's going to have a 300-yard day.
And this is exactly like Joey brings up another good point here. The OL, I mean, the offensive line, if they don't play well, Foles is not going to be able to throw the ball deep at all. Well, so that's another thing. Go ahead, Sam.
I was going to say, he threw for 272 yards against the Saints. He threw for 261 yards against the Rams. I legitimately think he can throw for 300 yards today. I do agree with a lot of your points, Ryan. Like, I don't want to get my hopes up. I've had my heart broken so many times by Bears quarterbacks. Like, that's a realistic take that you have. But I'm looking at the stats for the last couple of games that he's had. And I know he struggled a little bit against the Panthers in terms of throwing the ball, but the last two games he's eclipsed over 250 yards against a pretty good Rams defense and an okay Saints defense. I'm not going to say they're great. And now we're coming into Tennessee where their defense is definitely not on the same level as both those teams. And especially if this game is going to be close and it's going to come down to the team throwing the ball, I 100% think Foles can throw for 300 yards in this game. 100%. Yep. I don't think it's going to happen. I think I could definitely see a possibility where he throws for 185 and the offense struggles just because of that O-line, which we'll see today. But I think there's a legit possibility that if he gets a little bit of time and, the Bears receivers can beat these defensive backs, I think he can throw for 300 yards today, 100%.
Yeah.
There you go.
There's definitely a possibility. I like the points that you bring up. I mean, I hadn't looked at his stats. That's some good research you did there, Sam.
I literally just as you were talking, quickly entered it in.
I think the biggest thing, more so than Nick Foles' skill that's holding him back from going to have from having a 300-yard game is going to be Nagy.
Yeah. And
I know we've kind of touched on the coaching a little bit, but it's on Nagy and Pagano because Vrabel's going to have his team ready. And like I already said, the Bears are going to have to come out and play from the jump. We're not going to be able to have one of those slow first quarter, second quarter type of thing, come out and not score in the third quarter and have to come back in the fourth. That's just not going to fly this week. Also, I bought into the Titans money line for the spread for the third quarter because the Bears are historically so bad in the third quarter. Minus 0.5, it might be up by now. But if anybody is out there into in-game prop bets, third quarter spread.
Is Desmond King playing today?
I don't think so. I think next week.
Because he's been cited warming up, like stretching and stuff, but I don't know if they've officially confirmed if he was going to play or not. Because I think they had to clear his physical or something by Saturday. He's at the game. That's why I'm asking. I don't think that really changes a ton. I mean, Desmond King is a great corner, but I don't think that changes a ton of things in terms.
No,
of
you still got a lot of guys to deal with, and Desmond King just being brand new to this defense, so I don't think it will change a ton. Hey, Bars is our center today, right?
I think is
right.
Yeah.
Mustapher's out and Cody Whitehair's out, right? So Bars is our center.
So what is our offensive line looking like? Like if we had to break it down by position,
I think. Well, I know you have Fitty, you have Hambright, you have Leno, you have Bars, and then you have
is Coward playing tackle today, or is he playing
Coward?
guard?
That's right.
I'm going to be honest. He played better in the 2 or 3 reps at tackle than he has played the entire season at guard.
Well, I mean, we had Kevin Fishbane came on the show and talked about how he came in the league as a defensive tackle. He was put to left tackle and then said he was going to play guard. So he's been all over. He'll definitely play better at tackle. 100% will play better at tackle.
And I mean, I've trashed him a little bit because he's just been extremely frustrating. But I do honestly hope that like maybe the shift to tackle is what he needs. Like, I don't have a lot of faith in a converted defensive lineman as a starting lineman for a game like this. But I mean, if tackle is going to be where he plays more naturally, I mean, left tackle is a tough spot to play. It's the blind side of the quarterback in most cases.
Well, I think you have Leno there, right?
Or is it Leno? No way, he's playing right tackle. That's right. Okay, even better. I think Coward at right tackle makes a lot more sense than at guard. Hopefully.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he does, and I know he sucks. He's been sucking lately, but Coward does play better at the tackle position. So at least it's something. And then you're going to have Hambright and a Fitty guards and Bars in the middle there. So I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I'm really excited to watch Arlington Hambright. I think he's going to be sweet. I'm really excited.
Hey,
Bars
the
at center,
Bears'
though,
offensive line looked good whenever people got hurt last week. They looked well, I'll say they looked better. I'm not gonna say they looked
yeah,
good.
but can they keep it now for a whole game? And the other thing that scares me a little bit too is Bars at center. Little shaky at guard.
They don't have tape on any of these guys. Okay, look, they're coming out. They're gonna be.
They should just lock arms. They should just all lock arms and just lock like that, like just just like up and down, trying to get around.
Well,
Wait, are these next level strats, Austin?
What do you mean?
Locking arms? Are these next level strats?
They're just gonna, they'll just lock arms and then they just, they can't get around them.
Yeah,
they'll form a circle. They'll form a circle around Nick
Red
Foles.
Rover.
Yeah. They'll form a circle around Nick Foles and they can't get in. And Nick just stands in the circle and throws it in.
Send a message in the chat and say we need to talk. You know what's curious though is so when I was in grade school, I played a little center and I can tell you for sure that there is a difference between playing under center and shotgunning. And I was bad at shotgunning the ball. Like I couldn't do it to save my life. But when I was under center, it was so much more comfortable getting the ball to my quarterback. I am genuinely curious to see how much more under center will be compared to like snapping it to Foles because Bars is at center. Like how many reps has he gotten this week, snapping the ball versus being under center? I mean, it's a huge difference for an offensive lineman who hasn't played. Like playing center, it's an entirely different position. You kind of control the tempo of the offense because at the end of the day, like they can tell you when to snap the ball, they can tell you the cadence and stuff, but you determine when the ball goes. Like for Bars, this is going to be a huge game. Like he's got to be ready to go and he's got to be like calm because if you mess up in the snap, I mean, everyone's going to see it. And we've seen the botched snaps before. It is embarrassing, but
we've been there.
Yeah, thankfully I don't think it ever happened to me when I was in grade school. If it did, I'm not going to admit it. But it can be it's a demoralizing thing when a center botches up a snap or a cadence. And like, I really hope he's on par with his communication and stuff. I mean, obviously, like having Ifedi to like the right of him and stuff, having like more of a veteran there to kind of like help him out a little bit. And it's weird to say that Ifedi's like the veteran to the side of him, but
yeah,
I really hope that like the communication on the line because that's going to be huge as well. Like recognizing things at the line and making sure that like you have everything schemed ready to go and able to adjust quickly because when you have a newer guy at center and he doesn't know what he's doing because snapping the ball and having to block right away, like that reaction time is another big thing. Like you have to be able to get the ball to the quarterback, look up and then stop a 300-pound man running at you full speed. So like for Bars, this is going to be a huge game. I'm expecting some double teams just to give him a little bit of help, but like, I don't know. I'm really hoping that doesn't become a factor in this game.
And
it could be.
Another thing adding on to that is the centers a lot of time call out, blocking schemes and whatnot on plays. They point out, I don't know the intricacies of the Bears offense here and the details that Matt Nagy likes to talk about, but apparently neither does the team. But the center is responsible for a lot of these blocking schemes. And I mean, even last week we saw the play where Leno was like screaming, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. At Nick Foles. So I mean,
that's all coaching, though. I mean, you got to figure that out on the coaching side.
Dude, I think Alex Bars is going to kind of be like a focal point of how well this offense is going to do today. Especially because he's playing center, Sam. You brought up good points that like it all starts at the snap, and but even though the quarterback is calling for the snap, the center ultimately has the brain power that's making the snap happen. So I think Bars is really someone to watch today. Like if he has a bad day, he's going to have a bad day. Bars. All right, that's how G would say it. Bars.
Oh yeah, Boss. All right, fellas. Before we get into keys to the game, let's get into Darnell Mooney. So big game for Mooney today. Are we feeling a couple deep balls, a couple big plays? Honestly, a slant to him and he goes. I don't know why they don't throw more slants to him, but how are we feeling about Darnell Mooney today and the supporting cast? Allen Robinson could have a big game, but how do we feel about the supporting cast of this wide receivers today?
Dude, I'm playing Mooney in fantasy. He got me 17 points.
Wow. Holy shit, 17 points?
17 points because of that deep bomb to him. Like,
true, and a touchdown.
100%. Like, Mooney, I think Mooney is becoming more of a fantasy option. Now, I obviously will have my fantasy section later. Spoiler alert, he's not one of the stardom sit-ems this week. But I think Mooney's going to have a pretty solid game. We know we can rely. I'm feeling Mooney today. Absolutely. I believe in Allen Robinson. That's a good pick in Dynasty, 100%. A big name, and I tweeted about this earlier this week, is Riley Ridley. Is Ridley going to come and step in? I mean, you got Wims Wims is suspended. Ginn is gone. This is going to be huge for Ridley if he can find himself a notch on this team. Imagine having 3 or 4 wide receivers that you can look at long term. Obviously, an Allen Robinson extension hasn't happened yet. I'm hoping it happens in the offseason or whenever it's going to happen. But imagine having A-Rob, Mooney, maybe Anthony Miller. Obviously, I know he needs to step up. But if Ridley can notch himself that way into that 4th receiver spot, like I think he's got the same tools and stuff that his brother has on the Falcons. And obviously, Calvin Ridley's been having a huge couple of years over there in Atlanta. But I could see Ridley having a similar result if he's able to step up in this game. And like we've talked about, this secondary is not that good on the Titans. Like he could have some, I mean, I don't know how much he's going to actually play, but in the moments he gets in, like I could see really having kind of a low-key good game today.
Unleash Riley Ridley. Unleash Riley Ridley.
100%.
Let's see it. Ryan, how are you feeling about the supporting cast today of the Bears?
Given that the defense isn't that much of a threat, I'm feeling pretty good. I mean, obviously Mooney showing up as a I'm not gonna say a star, but like he's showing out as a rookie from the 5th round out of Tulane. Yeah. So I mean that's always good to see. Allen Robinson is a dog. He's gonna go out and play. I'm excited for Riley Ridley.
Yeah, he's actually confirmed. Kevin Fishbank confirmed active. Inactives Trubisky, who's hurt. Mustafa, John Jenkins. Also, the D line is going to need a big day from Mario Edwards and company.
And we have
John Jenkins, Roy Robinson, Harris, and Travis Gibson all out as well.
Isn't homeboy McCullers playing today?
I think he's up. Did they pull him up? He's not going to play. They're not going to play him. But he'll be up.
He's activated.
I can't imagine how slow that man is. Like, I just can't imagine how slow.
I don't care if he's slow. Just hog up. Just take up 2 blocks.
Just clog the hole. It's something something that annoys me. I want to take off the rails a little bit here, but I think it was Schefter tweeted out all the big name inactives, and Mitch Trubisky was one of them. I don't understand why he's continuing to get so much media attention. Like Mitch has been benched since week 3. He got 1 snap in at the Saints game just so that Nagy could show Sean Payton that we have our own Taysom Hill,
and it didn't work.
And it didn't work. And he got hurt. At all. Look, I obviously like Trubisky as a guy, and I'm disappointed that his career didn't work out with the Bears, and I wish him the best of luck. But we're gone. The Trubisky era is over. We need to move on. And I don't understand why national media doesn't understand that. Mitch is not going to play bearing injury to Nick Foles. They're not going to go back to Mitch if Foles continues to struggle. I legitimately think the Bears will go to Tyler Bray before they go to Mitch Trubisky unless Foles gets hurt. Honestly, I don't see Mitch coming back in the Bears as a starting quarterback the rest of the season. So I don't understand why national media continues to make it be honorable injuries. Mitch Trubisky he hasn't played since week 3. He got benched.
Yeah.
I just think it's – his name.
I think it's just the storyline around it. I think it's – I also think it's the storyline about it. Usaid's got supposedly ESPN's calling True to start. That's going to start as the Bears keep losing. That's going to keep happening.
Well, dude,
more people are going to be saying True to start.
It's big for us that his shoulder injury doesn't require surgery because Nick Foles is inactive. or not inactive.
Speaking of which, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Artavius Pierce is also active today.
Oh, Artavius Pierce. Okay. All right. So we got a lot of inactives, a lot of actives today. Unleash Riley Ridley. Pretty excited about this game, and we'll get into our predictions later. But we also have keys to game player, meatball over under, Staley predictions, and a lot more to get through today, guys. But before we do, you know what's going on. This show is sponsored by Manscaped. Use Bears promo code BEARSBACK. BEARSBACK at manscaped.com for 20% off and free shipping. Holiday season is upon us, guys. Get your shopping done here. It's super easy. Ryan, take it away. Tell them what they can get at Manscaped.
Well, if you have smelly feet, Manscaped can help out with their foot duster foot deodorant made to fight odors of the dirtiest feet. I mean, I know it's a little bit cooler outside now, but I know some of y'all got stank feet out there. We all got stank feet. Feet don't smell good. So Manscaped's got you covered. On top of everything, they've even thrown in the Shed travel bag to carry your goods and the Manscaped anti-chafing boxer briefs to hold the entire package together of the Perfect Package 3.0 that we're giving away at the end of the show today. The trimmer that comes in there, amazing. The lawnmower, the weed whacker, my personal favorite, the ball deodorant, the ball toner. The ball toner is so underrated, fellas. I'm telling you, you had a long day at work, sitting in your office chair, out working in the field, whatever. You come home, you got a little something to do after work, but you're changing clothes, you're just going out real quick, boom, refreshed. You're going to feel nice. Get 20% off and free shipping with code BEARSBACK at manscaped.com. 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com with code BEARSBACK. BEARSBACK. Be sure to join the Manscaped movement. These products are no joke. Little winter joke for you there,
nice. Very nice. Very nice. Great ad read, Ryan. All right, guys, let's get into it. Keys to the game. We're going to go around the room here. Sam, I'm starting with you. Keys to the game before we get into our later segments.
I mean, we've talked about it a little bit, but stopping Derrick Henry. And the key thing to that is just those explosive plays. We know Henry's going to get some rushing yards on us. I imagine he'll probably eclipse over 100 yards, and I think that's just the reality when you're one of the best running backs in the league. I think if the Bears scheme correctly, and again, we talked about this, it's going to come down to Pagano, stopping Derrick Henry from having big explosive plays and forcing Tannehill to make mistakes. I think Ryan Tannehill is an okay quarterback, but I think he's going to make enough mistakes for this Bears against this Bears secondary, against this Bears defense. I think the pass rush is going to get to him when he drops back. I think it's going to be a big game for Khalil Mack. I think it might be even a big game for Robert Quinn. That's going to be one of my predictions. I hope he gets involved, man. I hope he's getting some more snap counts because it's been frustrating watching him not play as much as he deserves. But yeah, I think if you limit Derrick Henry as best as you can, I think you can clog this defense.
Love it. Yeah, for me, it's retain possession of the ball. I think you can try to stop Derrick Henry as much as you can, but you're not going to be able to if you keep giving the ball back to the Titans. So with that said, you got to be able to win the time possession game today. And if you do that, I think you win because I think, like Sam says, you stop the run, you get an early lead. If you get an early lead, which the Bears usually don't do, that's huge. You're going to have to force Ryan Tannehill to throw the ball. So win the time possession game, get an early lead, and let's watch this Bears team go to work. Ryan, keys to the game.
Keys to the game. I think it's going to be our wide receivers because I think we've got some shifty boys out there. I think if they can, if Darnell Mooney can put some moves on, if Anthony Miller can show up, I think we're going to be in for a big day. And I'm not only saying this because I have player prop bets on Mooney and Anthony Miller to possibly score a touchdown at any time, but I think today could be a big day for our wide receivers. Get Anthony Miller back on track. Get Darnell Mooney feeling like a star. Win the game. That's I think our keys to the game, considering how bad the secondary is for the Titans.
All right. Okay. How about this? Before, let's see. What do we got? We got players of the game and meatball takes, and we got over unders, Staley, start sit 'em. So let's go through our players of the game coupled with your meatball take. So, for example, my meatball take, Sam, you know the meatball takes, right? The meatball segment, your first live show here. Do you know the meatball segment? It's a meatball segment. It's your Bears bias take. So for me, I think my player of the game is going to be Roquan Smith. He's going to have a big game for the Bears to stop Derrick Henry and for the Bears to stop this Titans offense. My meatball take is Nick Foles goes for over 300 yards. I know it's doubted, but I think Nick Foles goes for over 300 yards today. Ryan, throwing it over to you for your player of the game and your meatball take.
Player of the game, I'm going to go with Bojack. I mean, that's an easy pick, but I think Bojack is going to have a feast today. Meatball take of the game, Darnell Mooney, 2 touchdowns, over 150 yards.
Wow. Holy shit, meatball take. All right, I love that. Darnell, friend of the show, would love to hear that. All right, Sam, give me your meatball take. Give me your player of the game.
I think my player of the game is going to be Akeem Hicks. I mean, Akeem has been absolutely a key part of this defense, and I think whenever he's in the game, the run does just not happen. When he's out of the game, you can see the Bears struggle to guard the run. Akeem has been such a huge part of this defensive line. He's stepped up with Goldman opting out of the season. Akeem Hicks is a fan favorite over here at the Stevenson household, so we love Akeem over here, and I just think he's gonna have a huge game today. I think he's gonna be a key part in stopping Derrick Henry. My meatball take, did I say that right? Meatball take. I think Khalil Mack's gonna have 3 sacks and 1 forced fumble.
Ooh, very nice, very nice,
very nice.
Love it. All right, awesome stuff, guys. All right, it is time for over-unders before we get into Staley prediction. I know all you gamblers out there are drooling for Staley, as Staley has been hot with the surefire selections as of late. But right now, we're going to get into our over-unders. If you're in the chat, if you can, comment in the chat. Make sure you guys participate in this. Give me your over-under. We're going to start with defense. Over-under. Bears defense, 2 turnovers. And we saw Usaid a couple minutes ago in the chat say he's got Bears over 3 turnovers. So Bears, over-under, 2 turnovers. Fellas, chat, how we feeling? Fellas, how we feeling?
Give me the over. Bojack has a big game. Already said it. He feeds. Bears win.
All right, easy enough. Sam.
Over.
All right.
Over.
All right.
So
Holy
easy.
shit. I got him like right at 2. So I'll go with the over. The Bears need to have one of these games, man. The Bears need to have one of these 2018 games where they completely dominate on the defensive side of the football, create turnovers, maybe force that fumble from Derrick Henry. I don't know, something crazy. But, yeah, I'm going with the over.
Does anyone remember the game last year in 2019? I think it was week 3. I think we were playing the now named Washington football team. Does anyone remember when the defense was just dominating that game?
Yeah.
I feel like that's going to be one of these games today.
I hope.
I just feel like the defense is going to be clicking. And obviously, I know we're worried about Derrick Henry, but I don't know. I just have that hunch where I think our defense is going to be firing on all cylinders today.
Love it.
Well, the last time we played the Titans in I don't know if it was the last time, but I mean the Peanut Tillman game. You know, we've got good juju against the Titans. There's something about Tennessee that I think it's me being here and putting my energy into the Bears. I think is really what does it. So, like, if you all could just feed your energy directly to me and I can get it right to the Bears because I'm not far away, you know, I can just.
Ryan created an artificial intelligence NFL predictor that is a powerful machine. So Ryan just takes his energy and makes powerful things. That's what Ryan does.
Staley's about to turn into the Terminator.
You're making me sound like a cult leader over here.
I don't even like a super villain. That's what I'm trying to make you sound like. Just creating these super powerful things. But all right, I don't even know where I was going with that. All right, next over under. Sound off in the chat. Allen Robinson, over under 75 receiving yards. It's a prop bet, and if you guys are betting, I like this over. Just saying this, but over under. I'll start. I'm going over in this. I took the over. I think he has a 100-yard game today. So if you're betting, I would take this prop bet for sure. Over 75 yards for Allen Robinson. Ryan, how are you feeling about this one?
Am I going to be a bad guy if I take the under here? Because I think that Mooney and Miller are going to have good games.
Why can't all 3 of them?
That's a good point. Fuck it. Give me the over. Give me the over.
Change his mind just like that. Sam, how you feeling on this one?
I'm going to take the over, but not by much. I'm looking at A-Rob's stats over the last couple of weeks, and his targets have been pretty consistent around 5, and he's been barely hitting over 75 yards. I know last week he had, I think, 87. So I think you're good to take the over here, but I think it's going to be close.
That's an honest take. Like, obviously, we missed Blake today. We missed Blake and his honest takes, but that is an honest take with statistics. So that was a fantastic take. All right. I mean, I'm down with that. The over is the over here, so I'll take that.
The over's never dead. Okay.
The over is so much more fun to bet on, too.
It is.
I know. Come
Guys,
on.
Thursday
Why you take
night,
the under?
The over hit with 4 seconds left to go.
I saw that shit
on Thursday night. It was electric.
Absolutely. All right, our last over under, and here's the over for today's game. 280 passing yards for Nick Foles. Sam, I'm going to start off with you here.
I know I said earlier 300 yards is realistic. I think Foles can hit this over, but again, it just depends, man. I mean, if we get into a shootout, absolutely, but I could definitely see him having like a 180-yard game where he's just a clock manager. I'm going to take the over just because it's more fun, but it's going to be close, guys. I think it's going to be close if he hits that number. Because again, I think this could be a game where he has 300. I think this could be a game where he could have 114. So it all depends on how much time he gets down there in the pocket with that offensive line. And if we believe in these receivers like we are in the show, I think he can definitely hit the over, but I think it's going to be close.
I like it. I obviously, everybody knows my meatball take. Nick Foles over 300 yards. I'm going with the over. He's due for a big game here, so I'm going over. Ryan, how are you feeling?
I've got the under here.
Ooh, we got a lot of unders.
I got the under here. I think Matt Nagy is so obsessed with getting the run game going right now that he's going to run the ball a lot. And I think we're going to do well with the run. I think the run game is going to be online more than the passing game today.
That's fair. I mean, I think David Montgomery might have a pretty solid game today.
I hope so.
Hopefully they get Artavius Pierce a little bit more involved, because I can't see Cordell Patterson at running back anymore, man. It's just so predictable. Our offense is so predictable when he's in the backfield. It's unbelievable.
Dude, a play action to him would give Foles so much time. Like, if Nagy wants to get cute with all these little plays, why not do a goddamn play action? Excuse my language. I'm trying to curse less. Do a play action.
This is a very curse-friendly podcast, though.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to make it family friendly, but I want my curses to have a little bit more weight.
Fair,
you know what I mean?
Fair. I mean, that had some pretty good weight to it, because I agree with you. I mean, when he's in the backfield, like, I can read the offense, and I'm watching it from my TV, and I haven't played football since I was in high school, and that was when I was on the bench watching the games. So yeah, I can read the Bears offense, and it's just I love Cordell Patterson. I think he's a freak, but when he's in the backfield, and that's not his fault, it's just so predictable on offense. We know what's going to happen.
Yeah, give him a play action with him at running back, and I promise you that'll be a big play. Yeah, it's got to be, because everybody's going to be like, wait, theory time, theory corner over here, Ryan's theory conspiracy corner. There we go. Matt Nagy's calling bad plays on purpose, because he knows his defense can win him some games, so that the back half of this season he can break all tendencies, and
they'll become the best team in the league.
This is him being the offensive guru that we were promised. I think Matt Nagy. This is my meatball take. I think I already gave one, but Matt Nagy being a big galaxy brain boy, he's gonna break all the tendencies this week, and he's gonna learn from Vrabes how to be a good clock manager. Hopefully, because I can't take any more of this Andy Reid disciple clock management methodology. It's killing me.
I do wonder if Patterson will play more receiver today.
Yeah, lots of ifs, and obviously, hopefully, Nagy is able to learn a little bit more from his past mistakes. But it is time, guys. We got to get into it now. Staley predictions. It is that time all you gamblers are waiting for. Staley has been riding. I think Staley's at 77 wins now. It's like 77 and 38, maybe. Balling this season. Number 18 on tally side out of 470. Staley continues to rise through the ranks. Ryan, explain Staley a little bit, and then let's get into the picks.
Staley is an all-powerful – no, I'm just kidding. Staley is an algorithm that trains itself on stats for each team. I calculate averages every week. I have the schedule in an Excel file. It pulls the schedule, puts the right stats together, and then passes it through the network, and then it gives us a result. So there's 5 models. We all know how he works. 5 models, 5 out of 5, surefire. 3 out of 5 is a baseline winner. Yep. He started out Thursday 0-1. He called the 49ers over the Packers. Of course, Staley does not know what injuries are, so keep that in mind. Staley can't pronounce injury. He only knows 0s and 1s.
Nick knows.
Shout out, Nick. 4 out of 5 models say the Falcons over the Broncos at home. I like that pick. I kind of like that pick a little bit. Just
got a little zing to it.
Our first surefire selection is the Seahawks over the Bills. I like that pick a lot. I took the Seahawks last night.
Yeah. Well, we also have our Staley Sunday parlay and our Manscaped Big Balls parlay that we'll show you guys based off these picks. But Ryan, run through them. We got 13 minutes. We got 13 minutes of the show. We got the giveaway to still get through too. So
you're right. 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5 Ravens over the Colts. That's going to be a big game. I agree with that pick. 3 out of 5 Texans over the Jaguars. 5 out of 5 Chiefs over the Panthers. 5 out of 5 Lions over the Vikings.
That's a
5 out of 5 Titans over the Bears. 5 out of 5 Giants over the Washington football team.
I like that one.
4 out of 5 Chargers over the Raiders. I like that.
I like that one.
3 out of 5. Here's a bold one. Miami over the Cardinals.
No, I like that one.
I like
that pick.
Dude, he got it last week. He picked the Dolphins last week over the Rams. I don't know what he saw, but he saw it. 3 out of 5. Pittsburgh over the Cowboys. Don't know why that's not a surefire selection.
Staley doesn't know injuries.
It's because Dak inflated the stats so much for Dallas.
That's gonna
4 out
be
of 5 Bucks over the Saints, and then 5 out of 5 Patriots over the Jets.
Love it. All right. Based off those picks, I have my Staley Sunday parlay. We are going for 3 wins out of the last 4 weeks. I like this one this week. I think it's a solid one. I've got Giants, Patriots, not the Panthers. Giants, Patriots, Seahawks, Chiefs. That's supposed to say the Chiefs, people. Holy cow. Please don't mess this up.
Man, you better hope the Panthers don't win.
Holy crap. That would be a tough one. Watch the Panthers win, and I just did that.
Christian,
all right, we're going to do it again. I know he is. Giants, Patriots, Chiefs, Seahawks. That's what I got for today. I expect a high-scoring game. The over here wouldn't be bad. Ryan, give me your big balls.
I'm typing in the banner as we speak.
I already got it. Go ahead.
Oh, you already – okay, cool. Yeah, big balls parlay. I got Bears money line, Giants money line, and Miami plus 5.5. I was going to take the Miami money line, which was positive odds, and that would have – I think the odds for that parlay were over 2,000. But I took the plus 5.5 for Miami to cover just in case because the Cardinals are a very good team. So
I might do Cardinals minus 5.5, Ryan. I'm sorry.
I like this. I really like this parlay. I really do. I think that this –
I like it too.
This is a high-risk parlay, which I'm only putting half a unit on it. But – that half a unit's going to pay out a profit of 10 plus units.
That's
so
a lot of
if
money.
you want to hop on this, I think it's not safe. Obviously, it's risky. It's a bet, but I think this is a good risk to take right here. I think the Bears always the Bears can make a lot of money for you and lose a lot of money for you. And I've tried to make a rule not to bet on them, but this line just seemed too juicy for me. So.
Yeah, and then before we get into Sam's start and pick'ems, and then we're going to do the giveaway, we are going to do our locks of the week, and we have some good ones. Sam, I'm starting with you. Give me your lock of the week. And guys, the Staley Sunday parlay, both of our parlays, me and Ryan, will be tweeted from the @LSL_pod account, so you guys can see them there. Sam, give me your lock of the week.
My lock of the week is Steelers at Cowboys, and give me the over. I know the Cowboys, I think, are playing Blaine Gabbert at quarterback this week. I don't know who their quarterback situation is, but I think the Steelers are going to put up a ton of points on the Cowboys, and I can see the Cowboys getting some garbage time scores. So I got the Steelers over the Cowboys.
Like it. All right, for me, guys, I need to share this bet because it has been, I think, winning all year this year. Kyler Murray over in rushing yards has been a lock almost every single week, and he can do it in 3 runs. So take the over. The dude is so small and so quick. He is so hard to tackle, especially in the open field. I like the Kyler Murray over. I've been taking this for the last couple of weeks. Kyler Murray over 43.5 rushing yards. Take it, put a bow on it, tie it, lock it up, bring it to the bank. Kyler Murray over 43.5 rushing yards. Ryan, what you got?
Boom. My lock of the week is Seahawks -3. You're good.
All right, there you go.
Oh,
whoa.
Family friendly.
Okay. Seahawks -3 over the Bills. I think the Bills are a little overrated. I think the Seahawks are a very good team. Also, and I got this spread last night at plus 100 odds for the Seahawks -3. So I think you can lock this one up, take it to the bank, put your 2 cents in, get $1 back. Yeah, I think this is a good pick.
All right, so lots of hopefully some money-winning plays for you guys today. And then, of course, we have your fantasy corner as well with Sam. Sam's going to give you 2 stardoms, 2 situms, and then your fall stardom situms. So, Sam, without further ado, take it away. It is that time. Sam, stardom situms.
All right, guys. So my first stardom is going to be Chase Edmonds. The second year back is getting the start as Kenyon Drake is out with an injury. The Dolphins play pretty well against the run, but Edmonds has averaged 3 catches in the last, I believe, 4 games as of a year, and he's a backup. So, I mean, the targets are going to go up. And I think that all his numbers are going to increase, and Edmonds is going to get an increased workload for the Cardinals. So I would say start Edmonds. I think he's going to be a nice pick here. If you're in a deeper league, he's a good play at running back or flex. My first sit-em is Ryan Tannehill. Believe in the Bears defense this week, guys. A couple of reasons why I'm picking Tannehill to sit is, A, only 2 quarterbacks have scored multiple points against the Bears. That is Breeze and Goff. But I also think the Titans are going to control the offense with Derrick Henry. So I don't think Tannehill is going to have a very good game this week in terms of fantasy. So sit Ryan Tannehill. My second stardom, is Noah Vant with a healthy Drew Lock. Vant is kind of his security blanket. He is currently averaging 6 targets in the last 4 games, and they're playing a Falcons defense that has let up the most fantasy points to tight ends in 2020. Vant is a must play. My last sit-em, is Antonio Brown. It amazes me that Antonio Brown is back in the league this year. It absolutely amazes me the journey that he went on. While he has great chemistry with Brady, and I understand that there is some temptation to play him, I don't think he's going to get that many targets. The Bucs just have too many weapons right now. I think Chris Godwin is still out. Brown might be a good pickup in terms of the long haul, but I don't see him producing that much this week. I know the Saints defense is not great, but I just don't see him doing much. And to be honest, I think you might want to wait and play on him until after this week. My first stardom is a simple one. It's Austin's victory hat. This is a simple one because I think the Bears are finally going to get a win this week, and Austin's going to get to wear that hat.
It's been 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks.
It's been too long. And my sit-em is shorts. So I am currently wearing shorts, I have to admit, when I played this sit-em. But here's the thing. The inevitable cold of Chicago is coming soon. This last week has been beautiful. Enjoy the sunshine. I understand that while you can. The weather changes are going to bring colds. It's going to bring hay fevers, and it's going to bring confusion to what you wear. Can you wear shorts with a flannel? I don't know. That's the thing. It's a weird style choice. So shorts are great, but it's sweatpants season. Get them out. Don't get your shorts back out. Put them back in the drawers. Wait till the spring.
Sam, I'm so happy we came up with this segment because it is hilarious. I love this segment. It's a lot of fun. That was like rapid fire Sam starting sit-ems. I love him. Guys, we got 5 minutes left. We're gonna do our Manscaped giveaway. Ryan's gonna take that away, and then we're gonna give our Bears predictions and then close you guys out. Don't forget 11:15, we're dropping a new YouTube series. We are interviewing Bear fans who have awesome man caves. So if you know someone with a man cave, or if you have a man cave, reach out to our social media accounts and we'll definitely get you on. And the first one is one hell of a man cave. So make sure you guys check that out. 11:15 on our YouTube. It'll be dropped from social media. Ryan, take it away.
All right, let me get my screen going here, boys. Go to this. We will. All right, can y'all? Oh, okay.
We're in another dimension.
All right, do y'all have random.org up?
I believe we do, yes.
Okay, I'm going to generate number between 1 and 10 to shuffle this list a certain amount of times. 7. Okay, that is a decent amount. So I've got the list
so we're
here.
generating 7 times.
Yeah, we have got about 20 entries here, so good chance to win. Okay, we'll go to randomize 1, 2, 3, 4.
And so one who's at the top. One more.
6, 7. At Bears Dom on Twitter.
At Bears Dom.
I think the name on there was just Da Bears Dom, but at Bears Dom is the winner of the
at the Bears. What is it? At the Bears Don?
At Bears Dom. D-O-M.
Bears Dom. Let's see who that is. At Bears Dom. I don't even know if we have a Bears Dom. Oh, shit, I see it. Oh, Bears Dom. Congrats, man. Yeah, I think that's a new follower, too. Congrats, Bears Dom. Woo!
Congratulations.
The Manscaped package, we will be in touch, of course. And, of course, you guys can save some money and get free shipping as well. Look at the bottom of the screen here. Use code BEARSBACK to get 20% off and free shipping. And don't forget, it is also free shipping. Save that money as you guys are looking for holiday shopping or looking to spend on yourself. There's some awesome stuff there. Manscaped.com, BearsBack, 20% off. And free shipping. Change the way you manscape your man parts. The Bears are back. Your ball should be back too. All right, let's close it out. It is time for our score predictions. Sam, I'm going to start it off with you. What is your score prediction for the Bears today?
Bears 28, Titans 24. Look, I know the Bears offense has struggled, but we still put up 23 points last week. The offense is starting to figure things out a little bit. We're playing a weaker defense. And I think the Bears can legitimately put up 3 or 4 touchdowns. I think David Montgomery's going to have a rushing touchdown today. I think Foles is going to hit at least 250 passing yards. I expect big games from Mooney and A-Rob. I think the Titans offense, on the other hand, they're going to run the ball. They're going to pound the ball. I think Derrick Henry's probably going to have a rushing touchdown. Tannehill will probably get some stupid pass interference calls going against him because we're the Chicago Bears with the most penalized defense in the league. But I still think the Bears can come out and get this win.
All right, I am going to go. The Bears are going to score 30 points for the first time this year. I like this matchup against this not great defense. No Jadeveon Clowney. Bears 30, Titans 23. I think the Bears are in command for a lot of this game. It gives me like a Buffalo feel from 2018, I hope. But we'll see. This is going to be a tough game. I like the Bears scoring 30 points here. Ryan, take it, close it out. What do you got?
My score prediction is Bears 20.
Well, you keep doing it.
What's happening?
All right, you just have to read it real fast. Bears 28, Titans 20. And I'm saying this I do believe we're going to win. I need a win. I need the big balls parlay to hit today. I lost a lot of money on Clemson last night. So Bears 28, Titans 20.
parlay, huh?
Yeah,
all right.
That's my pick.
That's it, guys. We all got the Bears today. Big game against Tennessee to get right back in that playoff hunt. Let's see how it goes. Hoping, and we will, of course, be back post-game show 30 minutes after game time. Within 20, 30 minutes after game time, maybe sooner. So make sure you guys tune in, join us for that right here, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at LSL_pod on Twitter, Lakeshore Live podcast on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Make sure you guys follow, subscribe there. Thanks for tuning in. Great episode. Oh yeah, Sam's got it too. Make sure you guys tune in. Sam, thanks for filling in for Blake. Blake, we miss you, dog. Sam, great job. We absolutely have you on many times for Stardom Stidham and the Weatherman, of course. Hobo Sam coming back soon.
Oh, we got some good characters coming. Don't
of course. Awesome. I love it.
Some of Sam's relatives.
Until then, go Bears, bear down, and we'll catch you after the game.
Bear down.